National Park College Nighthawk Women's Soccer is on the Nighthawk Network, your official home for Nighthawk athletics this season. Our Ouachita Children, Youth and Family Services featured player of the week, Miss Amoy Gayle. Amoy, welcome to National Park College. Tell us about yourself.
Well, my name's Amoy Gayle. I grew up here in Hot Springs. I went to Lakeside since first grade, grew up playing soccer. I enjoy spending time with family and friends.
You know, Amoy, players like you are exactly the reason that National Park College started a men and women's college soccer program. So many great athletes here in Garland County that have a place to go to. What was it that ultimately drove you to continue your career right here at home?
Well, I think when I first had my meeting with Coach Diego and Coach Pedro, they inspired me to keep pushing and to get better and improve. And just like the way they talked to me in the meeting made me feel like special and like unique and like made me feel different, like how I could push to become a better soccer player.
So talk to me about your time as a Ram on the high school level and some of the things that you did well in your game that come with you now as you transition into the college ranks.
I think just the way how I did defense, because at first I was striker and then I transitioned to defense. So it was definitely a big change, but I think just the way my coach pushed me with the fitness and then the ball skills, we worked on like a lot of defensive drills and like headers to make sure like we had good touch, and then just communication with like being on the Rams team with all the teammates was like way better, because without communication, you won't like be able to.
So Amoy, what's it like to be a member of the Nighthawk women's soccer team this season? Brand new head coach, maybe a couple familiar faces that you've run into in your time on the field, but many new faces as well. What's it like being a member of this team?
Being a member of the Nighthawks is definitely a big change, because I started not knowing a lot of people, but so far I've liked the people. They're all encouraging, positive. They help out in games and practices. The atmosphere is really good with Coach Pedro and Coach Diego. Like when I ask questions, they're always helpful and positive to make sure like to change and not mess up like always or get mad or frustrated.
And from your perspective, what's the biggest change going from high school into college soccer? What have you noticed the most in that transition?
I think the pace of speed, and then being the aggressiveness with the girls, and just kind of like knowing the knowledge of the game and not just like kicking the ball or just, not doing anything.
You mentioned defense kind of being
Yes.
your strong suit on the high school level. We see that on the college level as well in the games that we've already seen at home. And I know it's been a difficult start to the season for this program. We've asked a lot out of you guys. You played against two ranked opponents already, and this team continues to grow and get better each time it hits the field. And now you've got a great opportunity on the road here in the state. You get to go over to Mina and take on Rich Mountain, and I know you're hungry for that first win. You guys have been working hard in practice and in these games, putting the pieces together and staying focused on moving forward. What has practice looked like this week as you get prepared for a very big match?
Well, we've gone over a lot of offensive, defensive drills, such as like heading the ball out, heading it in the goal, building out from the back, looking at open spaces, making sure we like stay together and keep being impacted. And then we've just worked on a lot of communication with our defense to make sure we're not getting separated and lost like in the game.
Out of all of those things that you're working on this week, what do you think is maybe the biggest key point that this team needs to put together to get that win?
I think our communication is our big key point.
Amoy, it's been a great start to the season for you in women's soccer. There's a lot of goals that this team is working toward, and these goals are all still within reach. This is a team that wants to hang a banner in the kettle. Amoy, congratulations on the honor this week. Is there anybody that you'd like to say hello to who may be watching?
I like to say hello to my family in Jamaica and New York, and then say thank you to my mom and grandpa for being my biggest supporters, and for Coach and Pedro for always pushing me.
Amoy Gayle of Nighthawk Women's Soccer. You can follow the team online on Facebook, Instagram, and X. For Amoy Gayle, I'm Mark Oliver. This is Nighthawk Women's Soccer on the Nighthawk Network.